Okay, so we are here to do our video project for intercultural communications class. So we have our interviewee here, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is George Pirotis. I born in Greece. I finished the elementary and high school in Greece, and then I went to Italy to study architecture in Florence. 6 years later, I finished there, and I traveled to Winnipeg, Manitoba, in Canada, to see my brother. From there, we traveled to Seattle, going back to Winnipeg, Manitoba, and at that time I met a beautiful girl from South Carolina, which later she became my wife, and that's the reason I stay here in Seattle.
Oh, all right. Do you remember your first day here?
Yes, I do.
All right, what was exciting about it? What had been unexpected?
Exciting was that even I did not have any plans to visit the United States. It happened, and that was very exciting for me because of what I knew about the United States of America in reference to the size and the technological progress and the power. Because let's remember that the United States is the superpower of the world.
And what year did you come to the United States?
That was in 1977.
Oh, all right. And what were some of the biggest similarities between the U.S. and Greece that you saw?
Well, before we go to the similarities, let me say that I born and I grew up in the country that created and influenced the world civilization. And in 1977, I was in the United States, who took that civilization to a higher level, reached a peak. Now, as far as similarities, just looking around things in the United States, as far as architecture, religion, education, schools, churches, etc., is very similar with Greece to a bigger scale. Although the biggest difference is that in the United States you see so many different religious groups. In Greece at the time I was there, pretty much 95% of the religious beliefs were Greek Orthodox. And that's a big difference between there and here.
Yeah.
And another difference in reference to the religious beliefs and activities are that the Greeks, or the Greek culture, spends a lot of energy, time, and many activities around the biggest holidays, religious holidays. And they are doing it in a different way than what we are doing it here in the United States. In there is more emotions, feelings, beliefs inside. And here I would say, because even the economic climate or economic situation is better than there, we have the opportunity to spend more in the material things. And sometimes we forget the origin or the meaning of a true religious holiday.
All right. So, back when you were living in Greece, what would your typical day be?
That depends. Number one, if that day will be at the time of a very big religious holiday,
Mm-hmm.
or will be at the time of a national holiday, or might be a time of a celebration
Mm-hmm.
or entertainment. Now, if we take the religious typical day, obviously everybody gets prepared
Mm-hmm.
before they go to church, and church pretty much is the center of the activities. Parenthesis here, because in Greece the church and the state are not separated.
Mm-hmm.
At least were not separated at that time. Many efforts have been done to separate those, and now, today, they are separated, but not in writing.
Mm-hmm.
So, because of that, everybody was involved in a religious typical day. And for example, if we take August 15th, which is the Dormition of Theotokos, the Virgin Mary, people were preparing for that day for 2 weeks, but by not eating meat, oil, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Fasting until that day, take communion, and then celebrate for 3 full days by eating anything they wanted, as much they wanted, dancing and drinking. And that is making it very folklore, very exciting, and that still goes on up to date. Now, in the entertainment day, Greeks love dancing. You go out with a group to eat. After you finish, somebody gets up, starts dancing. Pretty soon, the whole group goes up, join them dancing, and pretty soon the whole restaurant gets up and dancing. If you saw the Greek fat wedding,
Oh, my big fat Greek wedding.
my big Greek fat wedding, pretty much you know what I'm talking about.
Is that
And
movie accurate to the culture there?
It is 99% accurate.
Really?
I found only one thing that was not accurate.
The Windex thing?
Exactly.
I was just gonna say that too.
That was not accurate. We don't use that, although we use something else. So they took the idea from there, and
The olive oil?
yeah, olive oil and some other things. So that's Greeks again love to dance. They love life. They think of today, not of tomorrow. That parenthesis again, that's maybe a reason that a lot of people hurt in Greece right now because there are no savings.
Financially.
So, but they love life. They want to live every moment of every hour. They don't wait for tomorrow to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, when is a national holiday, and we have many of those, the 2 most important ones are March 25th, which is the Greek Independence Day of the Ottoman rule. That was for 400 years. Although the Greeks were able to keep their culture, their language, and their religion. That did not happen without sacrifices. Again, they were able to keep all of that, and 400 years later, to get their independence and prosper again. So if I can open a parenthesis again, right now Greece has a very hard time.
What were these two words? Money and plate?
Money.
Oh,
what
money.
What are the traditions are behind? You know, how you as you were saying that the Greeks love to dance and
Yes.
party and have a good time. Being to the weddings and the baptisms that I've been to, where the breaking of the plates
Yes,
and the
yes.
chairs, and then the spreading of the money. Where did that come from?
That's a very good question. Because Greeks, like I said, they have a lot of energy, they have good beliefs, although they are superstitious. And things that happened in the past that created a misfortune for Greece, they remember those days. For example, 400 years later, the Greeks developed the Hellenic civilization and then helped the Roman civilization. Then they developed the Byzantium civilization for 1,000 years. However, the Ottoman Empire came in 1453 AD, and was Tuesday the 13th. And Byzantium fell to the Ottoman Empire. Now, if you ask any Greek to do anything on Tuesday the 13th, they will not do it, because that's a very bad day for them.
Huh.
So, and that because, excuse me, they remember all the bad days, so they created a culture with a superstition there. So now, breaking glasses when they are dancing and plates when they are dancing, that is because Greeks throughout the centuries, they had some very, very hard times. However, they are working very hard because they believe in family. They want to support their family. They used to work, I remember that, 16 hours a day for 1 day's salary, which was not much. Now, to release that stress and make them feel better, they did not want only to dance, but they wanted to break something when they are dancing. And it feels good, because I did that, and I know. And you saw that in the Greek festival, we break now plastic wine cups.
Yeah.
However, in Greece, we were playing regular plates.
Yeah.
And we were playing those by the dozens. That's to release the stress. In other words, yeah, is a cost there, but I don't care. And that, I said before, because they are living this moment, this hour, this day. They don't worry so much about the future or tomorrow.
So how long did it take you for the United States to feel like home for you? Or does it still?
Myself personally, because there are a lot of immigrants here and many other Greeks, they might not feel the same way as I. For me, it did not take long. One reason is because I'm open-minded.